we're going to begin discussing dividing fractions. We're going to do the video notes in 3 parts. The first part is dividing a fraction by a fraction. So the first step we're going to take is we're going to keep the first fraction. So the first fraction stays the same. Then we're going to change the division symbol to a multiplication symbol. We're going to flip the second fraction upside down, which is called the reciprocal. And then the problem is going to now be a multiplication problem. And we know exactly how to multiply fractions. So we simply follow the steps for multiplying fractions. So let's look at number 1. Our directions say find the quotient, which is the answer to a division problem. Make sure to simplify your answer. All right, so let's look at number 1. Number 1 is 1/2 divided by 3/8. So this is asking us how many 3/8 are in 1/2. Okay, how many 3/8 are in 1/2? 1/2 is the number that we are dividing up into 3/8 parts. All right, so we're going to keep our first fraction. So we're going to keep 1/2. It stays the same. Division symbol changes to a multiplication symbol. And then we're going to flip our second fraction. So 8 becomes the numerator and 3 becomes the denominator. We multiply straight across for multiplication. 8 times 1 is 8. Okay. 2 times 3 is 6. Remember, numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. All right. And then we're going to simplify. So we're going to write this as a mixed number. Now, on tests like the EOG, they're going to ask you to give the answer in an improper fraction if it's something that you have to type in. So for the EOG, this will be acceptable. All right, but for now, we're going to simplify it to 1 because 6 goes into 8 one time with 2 left over. Okay, then we're going to simplify 1 and 1/3. So our answer is 1 and 1/3. Let's look at number 2. So our instructions tell us to keep the first fraction. So 5/6 stays the same. Change division to multiplication. And then we're going to flip the second fraction. So 3 becomes the numerator and 2 becomes the denominator. Then we're going to multiply straight across. 5 times 3 is 15. 6 times 2 is 12. Remember, an improper fraction is appropriate when you have to do a gridded question on the EOG. But we're going to simplify it into a mixed number. So 12 goes into 15 one time. There are 3 left over, which simplifies to 1 and 1/4. So our answer is 1 and 1/4. So this is saying how many 2/3 are in 5/6. Okay, and there are 1 and 1/4. All right, so this is part 1 of your notes. Stay tuned for part 2.